I can be recorded. Doesn't that sound like fun?
You're already on.
Oh, never mind. The meeting of the Presbytery is primarily for two purposes: to conduct the business of the corporation and for the fellowship of the commissioners. That's you all. When I was training to be ordained in the ministry, I didn't know anybody in my presbytery. I would go to presbytery meetings and the large churches would come and they'd all sit together, and I sat alone. Oh, thank you. That's not the way we do things here in the Nevada Presbytery. You belong here. You matter. Your voice matters. And we're glad you're here. And we want you to know and be known by at least 3 people, and therefore our exercise we just finished. And that's why this orientation isn't about statistics and data like the number of churches, 26, the number of, never mind. If you want any of that data, it's all on the website. There's maps, and there's all of these other lovely things that I used to lug around, once. I lugged to Las Vegas with the idea of handing out, and it just didn't make sense. It was so much easier for you all to go to a website, click on it, and find exactly what you wanted rather than carrying around 8 or 9 dead trees. So hopefully you've met a few folks that you can sit with, that you can eat with, that you can talk with over the next day. And I invite you to even exchange contact information. How many of you introduced yourselves? Did you actually share your names? Yeah. Thank you. I didn't give that instruction, did I? But please, we are the Presbytery. The Presbytery is made up of us. It's not them out there. It is us in this geographical area, in this time and place where God has planted you. So I want to give you some information to confirm that you are the voice of the Presbytery. You are here as a commissioner. Whether it's your first time or your umpteenth time, your voice matters. You come out of your community, but you speak from your own faith experience, your own discernment of how God is speaking to you. You are responsible for listening to how God's Holy Spirit is speaking to you, and therefore how you would like to speak into this gathering. You are not an observer. You are here to listen and to participate as a fully functioning member and a necessary part of this body. Okay, some details. When you wish to speak, you will stand up and move to the microphone. This is the only microphone. We used to have other ones. But for tomorrow, because today we're not necessarily going to be doing any business, but for tomorrow, you will come and stand over here, let's say. And then the moderator will acknowledge you. And when you speak, you begin by introducing yourself. For example, I'm Reverend Kate Freeman. I'm the pastor to the Presbytery. You are Jane Smith. You are an elder at St. John's. That's where you begin. And then you do not speak to the community as I am speaking to you now. You address the moderator with your question or your statement. For example, Madam Moderator, I would like to know who will be responsible for the oversight of these funds. Or, Mr. Moderator, I disagree with the motion and I wish to speak an opposing view. You do not speak to the body, you speak to the moderator. It's going to be a little tricky. Normally we have the microphone like sitting right there and the moderator standing right here and you make eye contact. Grace, grace, and more grace. We function under Robert's Rules of Order, for the most part. Decently and in order, for the most part. When a motion is brought to the floor from a committee, as most are, they do not require a second from the floor. Motions made from the floor will need a second in order to move forward. There will be a call for discussion. That might be when you want to come up and address the moderator. If you want clarification on what the motion is concerning, or you want to speak for or against it, you will come up and stand and speak to the moderator. When the vote is called for, you will answer aloud yay or no, or if you choose not to vote, raise your hand as they will call for abstentions. In the event of a close vote, all hands will be counted yay, nay. It doesn't happen very often. But please, you are here to participate. Vote. Thank you for participating in this exercise, and Madam Moderator, that ends my presentation of the orientation to the Presbytery. Switching hats. You are called here to see a presentation on boundaries or avoiding sexual harassment. That's not going to happen quite the way we thought it was going to happen. Grace, and more grace. And then we found a video. It didn't produce what it promised. And so I went looking for something that would be appropriate. And I found a video that I think the title is something along the lines of Dealing with Boundaries with Youth in the Time of COVID. And it's about 20 minutes, which was appropriate length for what we have in mind. And it deals with a lot of the very same things that you're going to have to deal with adults in the church, as well as if you are dealing with children and ministering to youth. And so I invite you to listen for the parts that are appropriate for you and your church and your ministry. And if there's something that is not necessarily speaking to you, grace, and more grace. And I invite you to let that go. So, I think we're going to move this, and then Bob will cue the video.
We need to turn the projector on.
Okay.
Which that takes it a moment.
I think I got it.
Oh, yes. And since my signature quit.
Thank you all for your patience in enduring that. Good news, we have another video for you all to watch. But we're not going to watch it right now.
Okay, because I just turned the projector off.
Should have talked to the man. Your next activity is another get up and walk around, for which I think you'll all be very grateful. As Christy mentioned, we've had a lot of transitions. A lot of comings and goings, and okay, here's an awkward one. I'm new here. And my name is up on one of these. Over there we are. And what we are going to ask you to do, because we can't bring everybody forward and have you meet and pray over each new person who's come. We certainly can't do that for each person who is left. But hopefully what we would like to ask you to do is to put a few words of encouragement, a few words of affirmation, perhaps a prayer, a blessing. Around the room you'll see these large white sheets of paper. They're stuck up like a post-it note, so try not to pull down too hard. They should stay in place, but again, don't pull on too hard. There are pens that are sitting on these chairs in little black. There we go, yeah, plastic plates actually, but okay. And for instance, we have a new church chartered. Right? I don't know if we're the only one in the nation who did, but we certainly, anyway. Pastor Ross Doyle could not be with us, but the congregation, wouldn't you love to say, hey, congratulations for making it through. I'm so happy to have you here, looking forward to seeing you at Presbytery someday soon. Something. God bless you. Whatever it is, sign your name, sign your church, your place. And I think on each one, all right, fine, I'll walk around. Don't walk in front of the speaker. Ed Luggett, what's your new chaplain position?
You actually don't know that. Chaplain at Brighton Hospice.
Ed Luckett is now the chaplain at the hospice. Thank you. Give him a few words of encouragement. Alex Aaron is the chaplain for St. Rose. It's either this month or this week. Anyway, military chaplains are the focus. And so we have a military chaplain, Major Mitchell Hawley, who, I can't remember where he serves. But anyway, give him some encouragement. Think of the things that... Say again? Okay. Anyway, think of the things that he's facing and give him some words of encouragement. Wow! Lake Tahoe Community Church is back up and functioning, having been in the ashes. Hallelujah! Quite an encouraging word to the congregation and to Bill McGinnis. Bill, are you here? Yes. There you are. Bill McGinnis is new. Somewhere up here there should be a sheet of paper that says, "Welcome, Bill." You're welcome to write it down as well as go shake his hand. There's Bill's sheet. Kimberly Mendoza Ramos is our inquirer. Yes, we have a new inquirer. It would be lovely to be able to welcome her. She's in Austin Seminary. Please write her an encouraging word. She could use some uplifted of spirit. Put a prayer on here. Tell her you're praying for her. That's me. These are the retirees. These are the ones that we didn't get the opportunity to say goodbye and thank you. Lee Steyer from Henderson Presbyterian Church. Bob Kelly, our tech. Finally, really, Bob? Are you really retired? Really?
This is my second retirement. There could be a third.
There's bound to be a third. Give Bob some advice. I'm sure he could use it. Like retires. Take care. Joan Jeffers is not here with us. I wish she could have come and we could have been able to celebrate her. Joan was our stated clerk for years and years and years. And we never got a chance to say thank you and goodbye. So please, write your prayers. Dick Young! There he is! Oh, thank you. Dick Young is your title executive director? Thank you. He is now the executive director. I got to get away from the microphone, from the speaker. Of Zephyr Point. Dick, we are so glad to have you here with us. We're going to thank you for all that you do, but we're also going to write thank you and congratulations and words of encouragement up there on the wall. I was just handed a note. Brian McKenzie had a piece of paper up there on the wall. Oh, I guess I can put it up now. He is recently hired at Westminster Woods. How about that? A PCUSA camp in Occidental California, which is Southern California, is that correct? Northern California.
Oh, it's a cool town.
How about that? So I will get Brian's, somewhere up here you'll see it. Give Brian a hug with your words and encouragement and congratulate him on this new position and offer him God's grace and encouragement. So, you are all set free to go and grab a pen, and then hopefully we'll call you back when we're all done.
You can't miss it.
It matches your shirt.
Just follow the crowd. If they need you wrong.
Okay, we are now recessed until dinner begins at 6 p.m. Dinner is right here in this room, I think.
Yes.